Thank you, audience, for being here with us today. I surely do appreciate it. Thank you again. Hi there, my name is Deuson, and I'm here today to talk to you about the 3 C's of financing a car. Did you know that most Americans fear the financing process, which is not something uncommon? But another thing that I learned from CNN Business from 2017 is that 107 million Americans have auto loan debt. So that means about 43% of Americans, or adult Americans in the United States, have their car financed in some way, shape, or form, whether it be lease, through a bank, or whatever it may be. And so today I want to talk to you about the 3 C's that a loan officer looks at when we are doing a loan application. I've been a loan officer for 3.5 years at a credit union here where I work in Longview, and I love my job. So starting with number 1, the first C is character. How does a loan officer determine character from a loan application? Well, the first thing we're going to look at is that credit report. Your credit report tells us a story. It shows us your financial obligations present and your financial obligations in the past. Not only what those obligations were, but how you handled them. And that paints a canvas in the beginning of us trying to make that decision. That credit report shows many details, from how many inquiries you've had on your credit report in the last 3, 6, 12 months. It shows me how many trade lines you have open. It shows me how many trade lines you have closed, how many of those were derogatory in the past. It also shows me if you have any mortgages open, anything like that. It shows me if you have any judgments, any repossessions, or any garnishments on your credit report. Shows me what that past obligation has looked like before. What's another thing we look at to determine character? Length of employment. Although it may seem as something as simple as just you've been on the job for 2 years, that reliability that you are able to keep that position and keep that job with the same employer gives us as a financial institution what we feel as a comfort in knowing that you are working. And so that's the second thing that we're going to look at. So we have number 1 in character. The 2 things that we look at, credit report paints a picture, starts to paint that canvas of what we need to see for you. And number 2 is the length of employment. So that moves us on to our number 2, which is collateral. I also read another report that said that people that have a 630 or below credit score are what people consider more high risk to give out an auto loan to, which I find absolutely completely ridiculous, because the credit score doesn't just show their obligations or what they've done in the past. Their credit report or credit score has a lot less to do with what's on that actual report. So we're going to look at that collateral. What is the bank securing? What are we going to invest our money in? What are we going to note our lien on for that title? What vehicle are we insuring? We want to look at the loan to value. Of those of you that don't know what loan to value is, that loan to value means is the vehicle worth 27, but it's being sold for 32. It's a little off. That's going to put you upside down. So because you're paying more for that when it's actually worth a lot less than what you thought, you're going to put it on a longer term most likely, so that you can get it paid off and have a comfortable payment for you financially. But when 5 years rolls around and you have that car on an 8-year, 7-year note, and you want to trade it in to get something else after 5 years, you're upside down. And we have to account for that when we try to refinance and get that taken care of for you. So we have to take all of that into account when we're looking at that. And finally, the last C that we have, third C in all of this, is capacity. We want to know that you have the financial capacity to pay this loan back in any shape or form. We look at your gross income. Your gross monthly income is the main thing. We want to make sure that your pay stubs and even tax returns match up. We want to look at your disposable income. What extra money, from what you've showed us on your pay stubs, and from what your credit report shows that you owe on current bills, what disposable income do you have to pay for bills, groceries, insurance, and any sort of extra necessities that may be needed for you at that time? That's what we're going to look at that disposable income. And if we see something, that just doesn't match up, we're going to ask, hey, listen, Mr. Member, I see that you have 2 current auto loans on your credit report. You're looking to get a third, but from what your income shows us, with those 2 that you have, plus your mortgage as well, this third auto loan, with the payment that we're able to give to you, I'm not sure that we're comfortable extending that credit because your disposable income is only X and X dollars. Does that make sense to you? Why we are not comfortable extending that credit to you at this time. So we just want to make sure that we keep all of that in mind moving forward. So I hope that I was able to compact that down in as quick as possible for everyone. I know the 3 C's can be very uncomfortable as well as the financing process, but the 3 C's again are character, collateral, and capacity. And those are the 3 things that your loan officer is going to look for in that application process. I want to thank you all again, thank my audience for being here, and thank you all at the at-home audience for being here again. I appreciate it.